again, friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Amy, and I'm glad you decided to join me for this book chat video. Are you guys getting excited about Valentine's Day? I know I am. It's one of our favorite holidays. At my house, me and my husband love to celebrate. We give each other cards, and we go out to eat, and we have a just wonderful time enjoying not only each other's company, but just going out and living in the world and just enjoying the holiday. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some Valentine's inspired books that will hopefully give you all the feels of the lovey-dovey goodness that Valentine's brings. I'm going to start off with a slow burn to hot sizzling jalapeno hot romance. The first book that I would like to share with you is called My Life Next Door by Huntley Fitzpatrick. This is a cute story of a high school age teenager, and she lives a very strict, organized life with her mother. She knows where the direction she wants to go with in life. Her mom's very goal oriented, very strict, and one day they see new neighbors moving into their neighborhood, and the neighbors are anything but organized, they don't make a lot of plans and stick with them. They're more chaotic, go with the flow, loud, excited, live in the moment kind of people and family. And that is like totally different from the girl, which her name is Samantha. And one day she sneaks over to the neighbor's house because the boy, whose name is Jace, invites her over just to kind of hang out, and she discovers that it's okay not to have things, set in stone with your life, and it's okay, life can be messy, as we all know. But then a major twist happens in the book, and towards the end of the book, and before that, she starts getting the feels for him. And like I said, there is a big twist. And again, I don't want to say what that is because it would spoil it. But if you are just looking for a feel-good story about sort of coming of age and just summer romance, I would highly recommend My Life Next Door by Huntley Fitzpatrick. Again, it has a nice dose of romance without being too, graphic or too lovey-dovey. The next book is called The Fill-In Boyfriend by Cassie West. Now, this is again about a high school age girl, and she gets dumped at the prom, and she doesn't want to go into prom alone because she told her friends about her boyfriend, and she really talked him up of how great and wonderful he is. And he dumps her, and she is feeling embarrassed. She doesn't know what to do, and she sees this high school age boy who's just reading in a car at the high school, and she was like, hey, do you want to do me a favor and just walk in with me for the night, just hang out, pretend like we're dating, pretty straightforward. It's a one-night thing. I'd be really appreciative to that. He agrees, and they surprisingly have a good time. And again, after the prom, she finds out a little bit more about him, but he has a sister who's not too happy with her because Gia, which is the main character, treated her kind of crappy and her brother crappy before that, but she did not know it at the time. So the boy that she asked to be the fill-in boyfriend, his sister asks to do the same thing to her brother, pretend to be a girlfriend to help him out. And again, it starts off sort of rocky, but they kind of develop the feels. And again, there's a major twist, and it is just a satisfying, fun story. With cute, like I said, high school kind of romance and life, and it's a joy to read. I truly love this book. And again, if you are interested, it's called The Fill-In Boyfriend by Cassie West. The next book is I would call it medium heat, and it is a book called Stay by Allie Larkin. And if you are unfamiliar with this book, I will read the inside cover to you because sometimes this one gets complicated. It says, Savannah Lenoy has been in love with Peter Clark ever since she literally fell head over heels in front of him on the first day of college. Now, 6 years later, instead of standing across from him at the altar, Van is standing behind her best friend Janie as maid of honor, trying to mask her headache and guilt as Jenny marries the only man she's ever loved. Before Van's mother died, she told Van never to let Peter go, but as the couples exchange vows, Van wonders if her fairy tale ending will ever come true. After the wedding, Van draws her sorrows in Kool-Aid vodka cocktails and reruns of Rin Tin Tin, and does what any heartbroken woman in her situation would do. She impulsively buys a German Shepherd over the internet. But the pocket-sized pup Van is expecting turns out to be a clumsy 100-pound beast whose only response to commands in Slovakian. Van is at the end of her ropes until she realizes that this quirky giant may be the only living being who will always be loyal to her, no matter what. Van affectionately names her dog Joe, and together they work to mend pieces of Van's shattered heart. And it certainly doesn't hurt that Joe's vet is a rugged sweetheart with floppy blonde hair and a winning smile. But when the newlyweds return from their honeymoon, Van is forced to decide just how much she's willing to sacrifice in order to have everything she's ever wanted, proving that sometimes life needs to get a little more complicated before it can get better. So that is what it is about. This is just a heart-filled, fun, I would call it sort of a rom-com of a book. It's filled with heart. There's humor in here. It is just everything you want in a good, lovey-dovey story, and it makes your heart happy. Also, if you love dogs, this is a perfect book for you. The next book, again, I would call it has medium heat, slightly hot, and that book is called Me Before You by Jojo Mays, and I'm sure everybody is familiar with the movie of this, and if you love the movie, you will love the book. I know I did. With this one, it's a beautiful, beautiful love story. It's just filled with heart and personal growth, and it just gives you all the warm feelings that an epic, bittersweet romance has. Again, if you haven't read this book or seen the movie, I don't want to spoil it, but this one I needed tissues with. But if you want something on the more emotional, pull out your heartstrings sort of book, I would definitely suggest Me Before You by Jojo Mays. All right, and now this is the first book with, I would call it hot / spicy, 2 peppers spicy, if that makes sense. Sometimes in restaurants you see the little peppers. Okay, anyway, this book is called Fractures in Ink. It is a standalone story, and it is by a wonderful author named Helen Hunting. And again, if you are unfamiliar with this book or want to know what it's about, I will read it to you. It says, sometimes the things we shouldn't want become exactly what we need. Waitressing at a sleazy strip club isn't ideal, but it pays Sarah's tuition. Her goal is to finish her master's program and get a job that doesn't involve tight skirts and groping hands. She doesn't need any distractions, especially not one that comes in the form of a hot as sin tattoo artist who works across the street from her apartment. Kicked out at 16 and high school dropout, Chris Zelter is familiar with wanting things he can't have. His fractured life has never been easy. As the product of someone else's bad decisions, he knows exactly what happens when the wrong person controls your marionette strings. Now an accomplished tattoo artist in a renowned studio in Chicago, Chris has it together. Mostly. Apart from his infatuation with Sarah. She's way out of his league, and Chris knows it. But he's willing to be her bad decision. At least for now. So that is what is about. If you like gripping storylines and chemistry that is off the chain or the hook or whatever people call it, this is the book for you. Again, it's 2 peppers, so it is spicy. It starts off very, very spicy. Not for, I would say, readers under 18 or 17. But if you are looking for a juicy, spicy, kind of dip your toes into the contemporary romance department with spice, I would say this is a great start. It is also a beautiful love story. This author just does amazing, amazing stories. Here's the cover. It is a beautiful, beautiful cover. The story is fantastic. Dialogue is terrific. Again, cannot say enough good things about this book. And the spiciest book that I have to recommend, it's definitely not, I want to say this first, not a young adult reader book. But if this is probably, let's call it a 4 pepper spicy book, this is the book for you. If you like it, it is called Mine or Else by Alexa Riley. Alexa Riley does the super spicy stories. I have a few of her books and I like them. They have a great storyline. Her books always have a great storyline, good character development, and she does a well-paced storyline to get to the spice. It's not just, they see each other and off to the bedroom they go for, a 2-hour session of rolling in the hay or something like that. So I just want to state that. Again, if you are unfamiliar with this book, I will read the back to you. It says, Dove is crushing hard on the hot guy she ran into at the coffee shop. His big built, sharp suits and dark eyes have her flustered, and as luck would have it, they meet by chance every day. She might be innocent, but her thoughts aren't, and she's ready for him to make a move. Beau Hart has been watching her for weeks. It's no accident that he sees Dove every day, and he's tired of playing it cool. He's done with gentle and patient. He's grumpy, and now it's time for dirty and fast. So, that is what it is about. I just love this. Um, it is just everything you want in a super, super spicy romance. It's a fun, very quick read. It just, I just love it. I cannot say enough good things about it. Again, you definitely want to be an adult reading it. I wouldn't recommend it for anybody, like I said, under the age of 15, just because of the strong adult content that's in here. Regarding the sex and the romance part of it. It's just something that, again, is fine for adults, but, you know, it's worth waiting if you're a young reader out there. So yeah, if you are interested in, say, super spicy romance, I would recommend Be Mine or Else by Alexa Riley. And if none of these books have you itching to read any kind of romance, I do have one more book to show you, and it is so not Valentine's or lovey-dovey related, and that is my book that I wrote called Legends, Orbs of the Elements. This is a high fantasy adventure story. It is about a young man named Leon who has to go on a unexpected quest, and he's going into the quest in the dark, but he has some help by a person with magical powers, and she helps guide him, and together they go on an epic adventure. It's very action-packed adventure with swords fights and magic and unknown danger and all kinds of good stuff. I put all my heart and soul into this book. And if you are interested in it, you can be found on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, and other online places books are sold. I am currently editing the sequel to this story, and I have, again, I'm taking my time with it, but I'm making good progress. If you are interested in knowing more about that, I do have a TikTok, and I try to post not only snippets of this story, but other fun things about the sequel to that book. So if you're interested, you can go check that out. This has been such a fun video to do. I absolutely love talking about books. I know this video is probably a little longer than my other ones, but I just love sharing my love of books with you. My cat Pete is playing with his toys, so if you hear that in the background. Yeah, like I said, I love doing these book chats with you. Let me know down in the comments what book seemed good to you that you might want to check out. Let me know down in the comments, or let me know what kind of book puts you in the mood for Valentine's and lovey-dovey stories and books. I'd absolutely love to know. So that's all the video for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a big like, subscribe, share with friends and family, and welcome new subscribers. And I will see you guys soon in my new video. Bye-bye, everybody.